I'm Maddie Hossenfluh, and this is for Engineering 110. We'll be discussing Introduction to Engineering, Chapter 6.1 and 6.2, which cover vectors and forces. And a vector is a geometric object that has both a magnitude and direction.
Okay, now we can use vectors to represent velocities, accelerations, forces of different kinds, and in order to see where one force going one way and another way, where they're going to end up when they're put together, we can either add or subtract them. So here I'm going to add vector A and vector B. Vector A has a magnitude of 4 and an angle of 140 degrees. Vector B has a magnitude of 3 at 240 degrees. So what we do is we split it up into different parts of A and X and add the totals together. So I'm going to find the X part of A. AX is equal to the cosine, 4 times the cosine of 140, which is equal to negative 3.06. A of Y is equal to 4 times the sine of 140, which is equal to 2.57. Alright, that's for A. Now for B, we have a magnitude of 3 and an angle of 240. So for Bx, that would be 3 times the cosine of 240, which would equal negative 1.50. I forgot my X, okay. And for By, we would have 3 times the sine of 240, which would be negative 2.60. Okay, now we can add these together to get a total X value and a total Y value. So we can solve for our final magnitude of the final added vector, and get its angle. So I'm going to write it up here. Tx, which would be equal to Ax plus Bx, is equal to negative 4.56. Ty is equal to Ay plus By, and that's going to be equal to negative 0.03. Okay, so now we have a total of, we got 2 points describing where our final added vector is going. Okay, X value of negative 4.56, Y value of negative 0.03. Okay, we can find the angle there, because we know the tangent of theta is going to be equal to the let's make that total, Ty over Tx, by definition of tangent. And that's going to be equal to negative 0.03 over negative 4.56. Solving that by taking the inverse tangent of that, solving for theta, we would get theta is equal to 119.98. Actually, the answer is going to be 60.02 degrees, but since we're in the second quadrant, that's 60.20 degrees from 180, so we subtract that from 180 and get 119.98 degrees for theta. Alright, now we can find our magnitude from our two X and Y values. Magnitude is going to be equal to the square root of the total X and the total Y squared. So it would be Tx squared plus Ty squared. Okay? That's going to be equal to negative 4.56 squared plus 0.03 squared. Negative 0.03. Thank you. Okay. Solving that, we get our final magnitude is 4.56. Okay, putting this together now for our final added vector, we have A plus b is equal to a plus a plus b is equal to 4.56 at an angle of 119.98 degrees. Alright, so that's a plus b.
Alright, and for subtraction, I'm going to be subtracting angle C, or I'm going to be subtracting angle D from angle C. And start that off up high. C of x and C of y. C of x is 6 times the cosine of 60 degrees, 60, which is 3.00. C of y is 6 times the sine of 60, which is 5.20. Alright, and for d of x and d of y, for d of x we would do 4 times the cosine of the 300, its angle, which is 2.00. And then for d of y, we do 4 times the sine of 300, which is negative 3.46. From there, to subtract, we take the lid out the marker, and we get t of x, t of y. T of x is c of x minus d of x, which equals 1.00. Gotta love whole numbers. And c of y minus d of y is 8.66. Okay, and so there's our totals. And to find theta, you do, I'm going to make this one complete step. Theta, thank you, is equal to tan, that looks terrible, this one, of 8.66 over 1.00, which is equal to 83.41 degrees. However, theta actually equals 96.59 degrees, because it's in the second quadrant over here, and you would subtract 83.41 from 180 to get your real angle. So there's theta. And from there, to get the magnitude, magnitude equals the square root t of x plus t of y, both squared. That would be 1.00 squared plus 8.66 squared, and you get, due to technical difficulties, the ending of our video is not originally available, and so I've simply completed the work that was missing. The magnitude, as I was saying, is the square root of t of x squared plus t of y squared, which is 1.00 squared plus 8.66 squared. You do all that math, and you get magnitude of 8.72. And so angle C minus angle D is, or vector, whatever, it's 8.72 at an angle of 96.59 degrees. And that is the end of our video.